What about Bitcoin is exciting?
What about Bitcoin is exciting?
Why does it get exciting? Why does it excite you?
It's just so disruptive. Exciting is the all the gangsters and hooligans that surround the Bitcoin ecosphere, right? I really like the whole revolutionary movement, the anarchy type movement behind Bitcoin. That's what attracted me initially. This self-sovereign nation bank, self-sovereign bank kind of capability, hold my own, grow my own, and do that to anybody that's wanting to take my rights away. That is very exciting. It's also very exciting that it's not a U.S. product. I think this is probably one of the most exciting things for me, because truly an international product and industry. I mean, it's just so big. I don't think people really understand how big this is going to be. So that, to me, it's really disruptive. It's what's the 7th largest asset class in the world now? Beat out silver. Going for equities now, going for gold. What's more exciting is that I think Bitcoin is just one indicator of how fast our planet's changing. It's really, we're rapidly moving into a digital evolution, and Bitcoin's going to play a serious role in that, at least moving us down the digital rabbit hole. So to me, this is it's so exciting. There's so many businesses that one could create here. I met a guy yesterday for lunch for 1 hour. I did not know the guy. I was like, I have 1 hour, that's it. I was with him for 2 hours. I could have spent more time with him. Older guy like me, very good ideas on execution. And there are hundreds of these ideas. Hundreds. None of these, no token, hundreds of businesses that you could build. So, we have companies like Circle that popped up out of nowhere, making humongous amounts of money. They're moving back in. You saw they just took some of the best digs in Wall Street. Circle did. So this is for all you guys that want to live a pretty cool life, Bitcoin is going to either be a monster way to escalate or elevate your play into society, or it's going to be a total failure. I am going to be much wealthier in 4 to 6 years than I am today because of Bitcoin, or I'm not. It's either going to be, wow, that was dumb, or whoa, that's impressive. Either way, okay, it's exciting. Back to the question. I think the leverage here, people use this asymmetric term, but I don't think many people really understand. What we're talking about is my risk is I might get a speeding ticket. Okay? My risk is I might get a speeding ticket. My upside is I might be the first one there and I win all the gold. And all I'm going to do is get a speeding ticket. I'm not going to hurt anybody. I'm not going to drive I'm not going to commit homicide because I'm going too fast. The worst that I can do is lose all my money on Bitcoin. Go to zero. And for me, losing $60,000 with the ability to make 600 or 6 million, it's a good trade for me. I'm okay, let's roll. Now the question is, how many? Do I do 1, 100, 1,000? I would put most all my wealth. I would risk most all of this on this play. The odds are just too good. Okay? Like 600 to 1. Come on, man. Bitcoin's underpriced. I still believe Bitcoin's underpriced. And I am learning about how many people. You remember my thesis the other? I told you, I said, hey, I think there's a lot of people that bought cheap and they never added.
Low cost.
Start asking people what their cost base is. If they tell you it's $3,000, they stop buying Bitcoin. They stop buying Bitcoin. They stopped being committed to their thesis. I'm going to make more money than you did. I am going to make more money than you did because you stopped. Now, you might make, okay, well, I've got $1 billion, Gary. All right, cool, dude. Problem is, they have $1 billion. They don't know anything about any other business. And what I think some of them did is they took that money and they went into private equity in crypto. They built their own businesses or tried to, and those businesses haven't done anywhere near. Now, maybe Circle did, but most of those businesses have had problems, either delay and go-to-market strategy, or they went bankrupt. You only need a couple of Celsiuses to blow a hole in your business strategy. But I think that the great wealth for Bitcoin, and maybe I'm wrong. I mean, I had a guy the other night. He said, "Dude, you need to be right because your average cost is $45,000." And I'm sitting here going, I think you're the one that's wrong because your average cost is $3,000. You're scared to go lose from 3 to 60. So that's a $57,000 margin for you. For you to lose that 50, it's more. I paid more than the spread you're making. If my average cost is 60, it's not. But let's assume my average cost is 60, and you bought for 3,000, and you're selling for 60. You're literally making 57,000. You're literally getting more than what I paid for the bloody Bitcoin. So I could understand how somebody would be like, man, my downside goes from, if my cost base is 3,000 and I can sell at 60, they just don't want to pay taxes on the 57K. But that price goes down 15 grand. They're like, man, I could have sold for 57 instead of 45. And then, am I going to have to wait another 2 or 3 years to get this price back up? And whereas I'm sitting here going, hey, it's 60 grand, I need to go to 180. I don't think they think it could go to 180, which is bizarre to me. So I just think that there's a number of different players in the Bitcoin ecosphere, and some of the early guys need to get out and probably diversify some of their holdings. I've got a really cool idea on how to do that. Wish some of them would reach out to me because I think we could buy $1 billion worth of real estate with. I think we could buy $1 billion worth of real estate with maybe $1.5 billion worth of real estate with 10,000 Bitcoin, and I don't think you'd have to give them up. I think you could not sell them and still buy $1 billion worth of real estate at 30 cents on the dollar real estate. I mean, just wait for the best real estate on the planet. I'm working on a couple of deals. Grant and I have been talking about it, but I think that's what's happening. Until you get a bunch of people holding at 40 grand, we wash some of this cheap Bitcoin out of the market. I've always said that they won't sell on the way up. They'll sell on the way down. Go to 180, then you'll lose $80,000 if people sell on the way down to the 80s. I still think at $55,000 it's a very attractive price for Bitcoin to me. If you're ever able to get it in the 40s again, I think you'll be stunned. What did you pick it up for the other day? 56? You'll love 56. Okay, well, we're landing in Teterboro, New Jersey. I don't have anything else exciting to say about Bitcoin, but it's a beautiful day in New Jersey, that's for sure.